Okay, could you hear that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, awesome, awesome. All right, so today on Max Talk Podcast, we got Dell Jenkins with ARDOR Elite Training out of New Mexico. It's a really awesome training, sports training facility out of New Mexico. Definitely want to recommend if anybody gets the opportunity and you're in the area, whether you're visiting in the state, whether you're local to the area, surrounding communities and things like that. This is a must go to for you guys to go in and get some training done and see what they have to offer for you young athletes. They train everything from youth to collegiate athletes, as well as professional sports of all athletics. So welcome to Max Talk, Coach Dell Jenkins with ARDOR Elite Training. How you doing today, sir?
Good, good, good. Thank you for having me.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's go ahead and jump right into it here.
All right.
So as far as ARDOR Elite Training, how does your facility differentiate itself from other training facilities, let's say in the area or across the country?
Customization is a huge thing to us, and the fact that we cater to a variety of athletes, variety of sports, those kinds of things, being able to customize programs and approaches and techniques to hit each individual athlete where they're at and get them to the next level. So that's probably the biggest thing that we do.
Wow, awesome, awesome. Now, you guys train all age groups and you guys train all skill levels. Now, let me ask you this. What do you guys prefer, or is there an athletic level that you guys prefer to train, or do you just cover all areas from youth through professional athletes?
Well, we that when the individual athlete gets to that point when they
Mhm.
become sentient, when they're really they are hungering for their sport. It's not
Mhm.
just a fun thing to do, but they have a hunger, they have a
Mhm.
dream.
Mhm.
That's when they click for us. Often that times that's in middle school, but sometimes it may not hit till high school. But that's kind of the thing you're looking for is when that thing clicks. And
Okay,
that
because
yeah.
watching some of your training videos that I seen on your social platforms, like on Insta and things like that, I did see training videos and noticed that you guys were training, both male and female athletes. I seen youth athletes training. I seen collegiate level, professional level athletes training at the facility. And so I just didn't know if there was anything that you guys had specialized in, or if it was just that you trained all levels, because I did notice that there were top athletes from the state that were training on all levels in your facility. And so that's why I was asking that.
Yeah, no, and it's a great question, but it is about when that light bulb goes on, when
Mm-hmm.
they're excited. They have that dream. When that particular athlete has the dream, it doesn't matter. I've had some young ones that surprise me because I typically don't, but when that light goes on, that's when they come to us, or they should come to us, because then we can take care of them. And that's actually where the name Ardor came from, was if you have passion, you have fire for something,
Mm.
we can help you take care of the rest. And that's what that meant, and that's what that was all about. And so that really has been our approach. And so it's quite a broad spectrum, but as long as that passion's in there and they're focused on a dream, yeah, we can help.
Awesome, awesome. All right, so moving on to the next question here, Coach. So how do you ensure that athletes receive the best possible training experience when they come to your facility?
Well, first thing we do is we sit down and we talk to them about what they're after, what that dream is, what they're going for, the goal, whatever.
Mhm.
Find out, of course, their background, histories, this, that, medical stuff, injuries, whatever. Then it becomes we start customizing their program from that. And then
Mhm.
as we go, we continually customize everything for each athlete. It's kind of crazy, but that has produced the best results by far.
Absolutely. So basically what you're saying is that each athlete, when they individually come to your facility, you guys are outlining a training program that's tailored towards each individual athlete and their progress and development ongoing from the day that they walk in the front door. And that
Yeah,
sounds, you know, really exciting, you know, from a parent's perspective and from an athletic perspective. I think that's what all the parents and the athletes are looking for today, from a training facility and what they're trying to put into their, you know, future athletics and things that they have upcoming and goal wise or whatnot, as far as development and
absolutely.
things like that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
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 So that's really awesome, coach. Really awesome. Now, let me ask you this. What types of training programs do you guys offer for developing athletes?
Okay, so we do have some categories, and it's season specific. This time of the year, spring, we would typically have a lot of track-based stuff for
Okay.
those, beginning athletes, those types of
Mhm.
things. We'll have our sprinters doing a certain approach, and then jumpers maybe, or distance at runners, those kinds of things. If they're in that, we'll have a base softball or baseball program, that kind of thing. And
Mhm.
then the other athletes that are in quote unquote off season, they will have their off season program, and then we're usually building, and those are usually pretty customized to what they're really tracking to fill in gaps, build strengths even higher, and then minimize weaknesses, whatever the case may be.
Awesome. Awesome. Really awesome. Now, how do you tailor the training sessions? Like, let's say, you know, athletes that come in and they do maybe 2 days a week, 3 days a week, or, you know, whatever their training regimen is that they have with your program. How do you tailor those individual training sessions towards the athlete's needs?
Well, if inside the facility, which we're not in right now, but you'll see pictures of that,
Yep.
we have, oh my Lord, somewhere around 12, 15 very large whiteboards. And so
Mm.
we customize those workouts. Now,
Mhm.
sometimes if they're in, they fit really well within, say, a sprinter workout, fine, we'll do this. I'll run through it with them. If there's anything that needs to be tweaked or changed, we'll change it for that athlete. If it's a totally different thing that we're not on a list, then they get a custom workout. It's what we do, and so that's how we meet. I mean, it is not unheard of when we're talking about writing workouts and those types of things. In a typical week, I'm somewhere writing between 300-400 different workouts. So it's quite a bit.
Yep, and pay attention to that, athletes, because everyone doesn't offer these different options for training and things like that that this facility is offering. So this is something that you guys, if you're searching for a training facility out there, these are the things that you're looking for. What Ardor is providing. Okay, and so that's really awesome, Coach. Really awesome. All right, now moving on. Now, are there any upcoming upgrades or expansions that you have planned for your facility?
Yes, we're going through a huge change, and we are working with some others I can't name,
Mhm.
but we're working on expanding out into, I don't know what you want to call it, cyberspace. It'll be some virtual type training. I won't rest until I can find a way to do it where I can still have the personalized touch, where I can still see and work with the athletes, both live and recorded. But I think that is the big direction that we're going to head, because I feel like we need to have a bigger reach. And I built Ardor here in New Mexico because that's where I was. There was nothing like us here. There's some sports training facilities now, but we were really cutting edge, and we still are.
Mhm.
But I feel limited that I need to help other athletes, no matter where they be. If they're in the middle of the country somewhere and they don't have anything, I was that kind of athlete. I wished I
Mhm.
would have had something like that. Or maybe they're in this inner city, but they can't afford,
Mhm.
the full blown custom package, but they can afford, a little something, or they'll work for something. I want to get them guys too. I want to get this information out to those who need it and get that training out, because there's a lot of great athletes that just aren't getting the same shot. And we want to make sure everybody that really has a big dream can get their dream.
Yeah, well, that sounds really awesome, and I think that that's something that athletes are going to be able to benefit from, not
Mhm.
only just in the United States of America and across the nation. I think what
Yeah,
you're talking about is
yeah.
something that athletes can benefit from across the world, because as we know, there are, international athletes that you know, play soccer, play baseball. They play these sports and they don't have the same type of training and the same type of training opportunities that may be provided to someone who's in a big city,
Right,
someone who's
right.
in that area that you were
Mhm,
speaking of.
mhm,
And these kids, and athletes that live in rural communities that don't
mhm,
have access to these
mhm,
these sports training facilities. I think that's a really, really awesome idea. And the fact that you're also going to be making it available for athletes who, let's say, may not be able to afford to go to a brick and mortar sports training facility, but still will be able to take advantage of watching some videos and being able to train with a trainer that knows what they're talking about, and it can help
mhm.
them get to the next level in their athletic goals. And so that is really, really awesome. And I think that's something that not just myself, but a lot of people are going to probably take advantage of once you get that going. And I'm excited to see where that ends up and where you guys end up going with that.
Yeah, I am as well. I really
Yep,
am.
yep. Awesome, awesome. Now moving on here, Coach. So how does your facility support young athletes beyond training, i.e., academic tutoring, mentorship, things like that?
Well, mentorship is probably the biggest thing we do. We
Mhm.
definitely don't shy away from the academic portion either. Um, Usually, if it's something science,
Mhm.
no, I can't even say science related. If it's
Mhm.
something anatomy, physiology, biology related, yes, I can help.
Yep, yep.
History and political science, whatever. Everything else, my wife is, she's a teacher, and she
Mhm.
has so graciously helped countless athletes with whatever they were dealing with,
Mhm.
and we help on that end. And the
Mhm.
mentoring is all part of the training.
Mhm.
We
Mhm.
we you man, you got to care about these kids. I mean, that's why
Mhm.
you do this. That's why I do it. I don't know why anyone else does it, but that's why I do it. I love these kids, and you got to work with them. You got to help them deal with the stuff they got to deal with. It's a whole different world they have to deal with. Yeah, I grew up hard in inner city and all that, and then moved out to the country and had to deal with that and all the things I dealt with that. But they got a whole different set of things they got to deal with. And so they need help. And so
Yeah.
mentoring is really all part of the coaching, you know.
Yep.
And so we definitely do that. We spend a fair amount of our time. And in some cases that's ends up being more important than the physical training.
Yep. Hey, you guys heard that? So if you want to get to that bag one day, that's where it starts. All right. So you guys pay attention, because what he's spitting right now are gems. Okay. So you guys pay attention and follow accordingly. All right. Yeah, but that's what I want. That's what I like to hear there, Coach. We need more of that, going around,
And so,
because not as many coaches or even facilities or facility owners are as focused on that aspect of the training facility. A lot of them are more focused on just the training,
mhm, mhm,
which is fine, but, you know, as an athlete and as a parent or any of the above, it helps to get that support from the training facility, knowing that you have someone on staff to consult with in regards to any educational issues or something. If an athlete or a parent's kid may be struggling or going through issues, and you have someone there that has a background in education, and they can aid and assist in things like that, that is really, really awesome. That is definitely not something that other facilities have or provide. And then the mentorship through the coaching, I totally agree, 100% that those coaches who are spending so many hours a week, a day, a month, a year with those athletes, they're the ones who have the best opportunity to apply that mentorship and apply that to those athletes. Yep. And so
Yes.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
totally on the same page as far as that goes. And so that's really cool, really cool. Now, um, what partnerships, or do you have any partnerships with, let's say, schools, colleges, or professional sports organizations?
Yeah, I've got well, I guess it's a partnership,
Mhm.
lots of coaches, lots of
Okay.
collegiate coaches, all
Mm.
levels, division one, two, three, NAIA, you
Mhm.
name it.
Mhm.
NCAA, of course, but they often reach out to me because they know that we are we're a different kind of facility.
Mhm.
So typically, our athletes are have good academics. That's crucial.
Mhm.
I cannot hit that enough. And then they know how to work hard because we work the fire out of people. So they know that the
Mhm.
work ethic is going to be there. And then they know that the stability is also there. That they've got that base, that grounding that between us and their families provide, that's there too, and
Mhm.
that means a lot more. Talent is definitely on the page when it comes to recruiting athletes, but many of these coaches, I don't think people realize, they're looking for a package that fits within their currently running program,
Mhm.
and you
Mhm.
need that. And so that's what the coaches, they contact me often on the back end. And man, we look at it, and we've had a tremendous success in placing athletes. I hate to tell folks what our percentage is, but
Mhm.
because
Don't give many numbers, coach. Don't give
okay,
many numbers, coach.
I'll just say we are probably one of the most successful. And
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
didn't believe it either.
Mhm.
But my wife's one of them detail people, and she ran the numbers, and
Mhm.
it blew me away.
Mhm.
And I had to triple check, and I had somebody else look at it. But we are, and it's because, and it all goes hand in hand. If you're able, you also got to, every athlete doesn't, I was a Division 1, NCAA athlete. Okay, great.
Mhm.
My wife was also a Division 1
Mhm.
NCAA athlete. Great.
Mhm.
But not necessarily is everybody. And not to mean that makes you lesser or
Nope.
whatever. It
Not
just
at
means you
all.
may be different. You may
Mhm.
be at a different developmental pattern. It may be
Mhm.
you have different goals. There may be academic or life things or the
Mhm.
location. There's all kinds of things that really need to factor into where someone should go to college.
Yep.
And sometimes I think we just start chasing this bubble, and we're running off, and you get there and you go, oh, this isn't what I thought it was. And so you got to be willing to break out of that. But we do a tremendous job doing that, because by the time they've been there for a couple of years at least, they kind of have a good, clear vision of what they want
Mhm.
from college, and usually the fit's pretty good.
Mhm.
Occasionally not great, but I'd say far and fast beyond the majority are really happy where they land.
Wow. And so let me ask you this final question here, coach. So what success stories or notable athletes have come through your facility, or is there a particular success story or an athlete that you may want to name that's come through your facility?
Yeah, I've got lots, and I've been doing
Mhm.
this for a better part of 15 years. So
Mhm.
I've had everybody at all levels. But instead of trying to name all these guys,
Mhm.
because a lot of them have moved on to other things, I will
Mhm.
talk about one,
Mhm.
Adriana Tatum, uh,
Okay.
from New Mexico. She's
Mhm.
at Arizona State University,
Mhm.
and she is she's
Shout out Adriana Tatum.
Oh, yes. Please shout out to that gal, because she's been
Mhm.
going to national since she was a freshman in college.
Mhm.
And right now, she's set this year, based on her indoor numbers,
Mhm.
to dominate this coming season. So I am super excited about her. Wonderful young lady. She started coming to my facility her freshman year of high school, and said she just had this dream that she was going to win state. And by
Wow.
God, did she. And broke
Wow.
virtually every record in the state that she ran, and went on to college, and she has broken every record at Arizona State University, and she's pushing for the next level. So absolutely phenomenal. Adriana Tatum, look for her.
Awesome, awesome. Well, hey, Coach Jenkins, it's been a pleasure having speaking with you here on Max Talk,
Absolutely.
and being able to highlight your facility. I do want to let everyone know that's watching or that's seen the video. If you're in the state of New Mexico and you're looking for a training facility, if you're having trouble getting recruited, if you just need to grow with your athletics, this is where you want to go. This is the facility to tap into. If you're an athlete that's in town and you're training, professional, collegiate, high school, and you have the opportunity to get a chance to go by our door and and get a training session in, we want to highly and strongly recommend that you go see Coach Jenkins, and that you give our door the opportunity to show you what athletic training is about. And so I do appreciate you, Coach, having you on board here, and we look forward to everything that you have in store with your facility upcoming in the future. And it's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me on, and it's been a pleasure. I've enjoyed chatting with you.
All right, Coach, and you have a blessed one.
You too.